Well, there are both physical and emotional reasons why people turn to food for comfort. Let's look at the physical reasons first. When we eat, we definitely get a calming sensation. That's because when we eat food, particularly high carbohydrate foods, it increases the level of the neurotransmitter serotonin in the brain, and the end result is to calm us down. Of course, if you end up overeating, that calming effect is very short-lived because soon you start to feel bloated and you feel sluggish. You just don't feel good physically. Now let's look at the emotional side. We often eat for comfort because we were loved with food, or we were soothed with food. Maybe your mom, when you fell down, gave you a cookie, or she baked you your favorite pie when you got a good grade in school. Or some people just learn to mother themselves with food because their parents weren't meeting their needs, and they actually learn to comfort eat on their own as children. So you're trying to recreate some of those sensations from your childhood. But again, even if you get a little bit of a warm, fuzzy feeling from eating the food at first, if you end up overeating when you comfort eat, soon you start to feel negative emotions like guilt, shame, maybe even disgust. So now how do you break free of this? It's important to understand where it's coming from, but there are things you can do to help yourself. First of all, from a physical perspective, there are things that you can do to improve your mood on a daily basis. If you stay physically active, if you get exposed to natural light, hugging and laughing, any kind of activity like that is going to help raise serotonin levels in the brain, and as well as other chemicals that are going to help improve your mood and help you feel better. Also, you want to set up a supportive environment. You want to have a limited supply of the kind of foods that you turn to too much for comfort, because if you have a lot there, you're going to end up binging or overeating. It's just such a temptation. So if you have smaller amounts, you're less likely to succumb to that. From the emotional perspective, there are certainly healthier ways to deal with our emotions. You can write in a journal your feelings, you can pray, you can talk to someone, you can meditate. Ultimately, though, you want to resolve issues with people, work things out, but definitely there are better ways to cope with emotions. Now, if you're feeling overwhelmed by comfort eating and you just feel you can't break this pattern, then it's time to see a professional who specializes in disordered eating to help you work through whatever issues are driving it. But most people, if they just start to become aware, can break free on their own and get a lot better.